Hello, everybody. So, today I wanted to share with you an update on the foldable iPhones that we've all been hoping for. Now, as most of you know, Samsung has already had a foldable smartphone for quite a while, but Apple has been very reluctant on releasing a foldable iPhone. But I wanted to update you on some information I just came across about how they may be holding off on making a foldable iPad to make the foldable iPhone first. So I wanted to share this information with you in hopes that we might be getting a foldable iPhone in the very near future. So as you can see, they may be delaying the foldable iPad because they may be shifting to the foldable iPhone first, which would make sense because they want to be competitive with Samsung. Now, as many of you may know, Samsung has already released a lot of generations of their foldable Galaxy devices, and they're about to release their seventh generation with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Flip 7, which is going to star in an unpacked press conference next Wednesday. Now, almost every other big player in the smartphone business has released at least one foldable phone since Samsung's first foldable device. But Apple is the notable exception. Now, he knows what the reasons may be. Maybe it's too cost prohibitive. Maybe they don't want to have any issues with the screen, with you opening and closing it too many times. Maybe they just had design issues getting it to work exactly like they want it to. But for whatever reason, they have held off on making a foldable iPhone until now. Now, Apple has been known for taking its time before matching the tech offerings of its biggest rivals. But even Apple is now widely expected to launch foldable devices, starting with a foldable iPhone that will be part of the iPhone 18 series next year. Now, a foldable iPad should follow as early as a year later, unless Apple decides to postpone the release of the larger device, and that would mean we wouldn't get a foldable iPad for a while. But a new report from Asia claims that Apple is doing just that, putting the foldable iPad development on hold while it proceeds with prototyping the foldable iPhone. And according to Digitimes, the supply chain sources say that the foldable iPhone has reached the P1 or prototype 1 phase this June. So just last month, they reached that phase. So the prototyping period should end by late 2025 when the EVT or engineering verification test stage begins. And Apple would then release the foldable iPhone in the second half of 2026. Now, the same sources noted that Apple's original plan included the foldable iPad among the new products in development. And the reports say it's now confirmed that the foldable iPhone will be released first, with the foldable iPad temporarily on hold. And Digitimes isn't always accurate with the Apple rumors, notes that several issues might delay the foldable iPad launch. For example, the foldable panels may be more difficult to produce, and also a higher price tag could impact the sales. But an analyst just a few days ago noted that the foldable iPhone and foldable iPad might go into production around the same time in late 2026. And even though his analysis aren't always accurate either, we're hopeful that that would be the case. And as you notice, it does seem to contradict other reports that suggest that the foldable iPhone would launch about a year earlier than the foldable iPad would. And as you can see, this is the Galaxy Z Fold 6, and it does feature a camera under the foldable display. And I think it looks really good, and I've used them and they work great. I don't have any problems with them. But we've still been holding out for Apple to release their foldable iPhone, their foldable iPad. So we're still waiting for something from Apple. Now, while most of the rumors suggest that the foldable iPhone is certainly next year, the Digitime story explains that Apple's suppliers are cautiously optimistic. Apple can always change its mind during prototyping and cancel or even delay the products. And some past rumors have claimed that Apple has abandoned the foldable iPhone. And most likely, what Apple is waiting on is for the foldable display makers and hinge suppliers to meet the desired quality standards that Apple is wanting to have in their products. Now, later rumors claimed that Apple is investing significant effort and money to eliminate the crease that is seen on most foldable phones on the market. And suppliers did tell Digitimes that only once the foldable iPhones reach the EVT phase will mass production be certain. The handset has been in development for at least 5 years, and reaching the P1 prototype phase alone doesn't guarantee that Apple will move forward. An iPhone typically goes through three prototyping stages, each lasting about 2 months. And the foldable iPhone will have to pass through the same P1 on to P2 and then lastly P3 phases before they enter the EVT phase in early 2026. Now, suppliers will begin small volume trial production during the P1 to P3 stages, and Apple's main assemblers will manufacture the first foldable iPhones for inspection. Apple will review the production run and product yield. Now, the foldable iPhone production schedule mirrors that of the iPhone 17 series launching this year. The report says iPhone 17 models completed EVT early in the second quarter. There's no similar schedule for the foldable iPad, or perhaps the same suppliers haven't leaked that information yet. But if everything goes according to plan, we might see the first schematics for the foldable iPhone leaked in late 2025, and dummy models could follow in early 2026. And once that happens, a September 2026 launch would seem likely. Now, my hope, and I know a lot of you out there watching are probably hoping for this too. I would love to see it come out in 2026. And then we could have the foldable iPad that following year in 2027. But my hope is that they continue down this path because a lot of people would love to have a smaller phone in their pocket and then be able to open it up just like you can with all the Samsung phones, and you have a bigger screen right at your disposal. Whether you're texting, reading emails, you're watching a video, anything you want to do on it, it would just have a larger screen, but yet in your pocket, it's not using up as much space. And if it's foldable, you can also put in a larger battery, which means that it would have a longer battery life before you would have to charge it again. And I know so many of us use our phones on a daily basis. And I don't know about you, but I'm constantly having to turn around and charge my phone. Not because they don't have a great battery life already, but because I use it so much and I'm doing so much with it that I have to charge it back up just so I can get throughout the day. Now, I would love to know your comments on this. I would love to know how you feel about it. So please let me know down below in the comments. So I hope that was interesting and also helpful to know that we might be getting a foldable iPhone by 2026. If you do have any questions about this, or maybe you just like me to go into more depth about it, please let me know down below in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. And if there's a video, topic, article, anything that you would like me to make a video on, please let me know that down below in the comments as well, and I will do my best to get back to you. And if you found this helpful and you'd like to support this channel, I left a link in the video description where you can buy me a cup of coffee if you'd like to. And as always, because you all do such a great job, if you can, hit that like and subscribe button so I can keep putting up more great content like, did you know that Apple might be releasing a foldable iPhone in 2026? And I'll be more than happy to keep putting up all this great content for you all. Thanks so much, everybody. I really appreciate you all. I hope you have a great day. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.